All right, welcome. This is The Beautiful Game on a Saturday morning. My name is Mike Messikeno. It's great to have you. T-Girl is with me in the house. A beautiful T-Girl. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's happening? What's happening today? Just before we get into the show, let's inform people. Today we're going to have we're having a watch party today. Tell us about it.
Yes, the watch party at Nigeria Pasta and Grills.
Okay.
Around VI 1004 to be precise.
1004.
Come and have good pasta. Come and have drinks, grills, banter.
Okay.
Because this is agenda time.
Okay.
If you notice, this particular fixture, a lot of people are neutrals. We have so many neutrals than fans.
Yeah,
no doubt we have fans of Paris Saint-Germain. We also have fans of PSG, of Inter Milan. But then you look at Chelsea fans, United, Real Madrid, Barcelona. I was even looking at one particular tweet where someone was saying there's no buzz compared to when you have a Barca Inter final,
That's
a Barca
true.
PSG
There's
final,
no buzz here.
a Barca Arsenal final.
There are places where you have the buzz.
Even over there, it's not as there's no clouds like you would have it, like a Real Madrid, like a Barca, like a United, like a City. I'm mentioning United. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but United, if you win the final, you would have buzz.
Look at the Tottenham. In fact,
exactly.
I think the Europa League final had more buzz than the UEFA Champions League final.
Because I think that we are really dependent on the EPL. The EPL is where we get a lot of our
and big names.
Yes,
big names.
And big names and all that. So it's understandable. But
don't worry, we'll make it fun for you.
Exactly.
It's here, we'll banter. Agenda, there's agenda. For those who are against Inter Milan, you can always have your agenda. For those who are against Paris Saint-Germain, maybe you're like, oh, Mbappe has not won the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain. And besides, Ousmane Dembele is about to do that. The whole Ballon d'Or agenda too is there. There are so many agendas to pick from. Banter,
exactly.
Enjoy yourself, grills, drinks, left and right. And of course, meet people, new people, games, giveaways. Definitely all of that will be
giving away. I've already seen the jerseys. Yeah, we have an Inter Milan jersey, we have a PSG jersey.
We have merch.
Yeah,
so many of them.
Have other things. So yeah, come and catch.
From our friends that have been able to donate some of their products. You know, it's going to be fun. We're
here
to have fun.
Yeah, you can come and be with us. I'll be there too. You'll be there. It's at 1004.
Yeah, 1004.
Right? If you have any issues, WhatsApp. Yes, our WhatsApp number.
Yeah, we'll drop the address.
081-5247. We'll drop the number, the address and details there. Or just hit any of us up on social media. You've seen our handles. It's there. Just look at it.
Or just go on your Google map and just put Nigeria Pasta and Grills.
Yeah.
Nigeria Pasta and Grills.
Exactly. That's why we're watching the final. We'll get to talk about the final, but let's start with Chelsea. So, just on Wednesday, it was the Conference League. Well, we're speaking about it. The winner of the Conference League is what, 20 million? Is that like about 20
Very
million?
Small, yeah.
Yes, it's about 20 million. That's the winner of the Conference League.
I think Slovan Bratislava made more money playing in the Champions League than Chelsea winning the Conference League final.
Okay, interesting. We've not yet time for calls, and then when you call, you can call on WhatsApp. But let's just hold.
I know
they
are
first.
Calling that we were supporting Betis here.
Yes, that's true.
Because even when our club manager was like, I told you.
They say yes. They say because look, truth be told, and
it's just banter now.
This is not me tackling Chelsea fans, but I expected Betis to win that final. You know, they started well. I don't know if it was the injury to the goal scorer.
No, I don't think so. They started well, but I don't just know how Chelsea walked over them. But also, you also give credit to Chelsea.
Oh, yes.
I think Maresca also made it difficult for them in the first half. You benching the likes of, what's his name now? James, the likes of James and Co. You started Badeshile, who just got back from injury after a long while. I saw a lot of Chelsea fans express their displeasure at the starting lineup. The starting lineup looked very weak, especially at the back. And then when he made those changes, we saw that Chelsea became more reinforced. They played better.
They played better.
Especially from outside, from the back. They played better from the back, moving to the midfield, to the attack. It was much, much better. Cole Palmer took the whole game on his head. They just walked over Betis. It felt like...
See, let me tell you, and this is to all Chelsea fans, you know, Igwe, Olaya, Yinka, Igwe. This one is to you and all Chelsea fans.
Yeah.
You know the problem is the fans, when they make us, they be like, say, they hate it. We don't hate the club. We see their fans, some of them, not say all the fans, you understand? Because even my boss is also a Chelsea fan, you know. But you see, is the noise. But let me tell you, that second half I was shocked.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked. I knew if it was going to make those changes. He made 3 changes, and those 3 changes changed everything.
But you know, he didn't start Rhys James.
Yeah,
but then Rhys James comes in, but we know he's injury prone. So if it's Rhys James, that guy could have started the game, and 20 minutes he's out. you know. But let's give, like you said, let's give kudos to Maresca. Cole Palmer was with 2 assists on that day. He was given the man of the match of the award. I didn't expect it from Chelsea because look at me. I was looking at Chelsea early season form. You know that point where they had gotten to almost top of the table.
Yeah.
I was talking about Chelsea were in the title race.
Yeah.
They were that good.
Yeah.
But there was this total drop off, even from Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer didn't like 13 matches. There was no goal or assist from Cole Palmer. The whole team dropped off, you know, and I would say it was a mentality thing. But then they picked up, got themselves back, and finally got into Europe, defeated Nottingham Forest on the final day, which I was very shocked.
I think the last 5 games to ending the season were a bit tough. Everton, United, Nottingham Forest, and I think just 1 loss or 1 draw in all those 5 games. They've done well for themselves, no doubt. Maybe the bar was set so low, if we're going to put that, but I think they've done decently okay. Winning the Conference League is expected. You're a big side in a small competition or in a small tournament. Yeah, you're expected to win. You face like a Jordan, you face like of Noah and Israel and Pakistan,
Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. I don't know.
You're expecting not to win.
Yeah, exactly. I said that
the
club
budget of over 600 million or 1.6.
All the clubs together, they're not up to Chelsea budget.
I'm telling you.
All of them.
So what are we saying? So I understand, in as much as I'm a bit disappointed with Betis, I feel like in the second half, they also paid too much respect to Chelsea. In the second half, they relaxed. I understand that Chelsea came onto them in the second half because they wanted to equalize, but at the same time, they didn't keep that same momentum and that same energy.
That same energy.
They didn't keep it. They just went flat, and Chelsea just walked over them. It was like a superpower kind of second half for Chelsea. Ran over them, 4 goals, and they had no reply.
All right, somebody comes and says, "Up Man City sent a message." It's WhatsApp. We'll get to it. Like you can see the number there. It's for WhatsApp. I will open it for the second half of the show to take calls. Not direct calls, WhatsApp calls, 08020815247. I don't know why you're saying up Man City. This was a terrible season for Man City. No trophy, first time in 8 years. But we'll get to that. Let's talk about Anthony. Anthony, prior to the match, had been ramping up pressure on social media and everywhere that he was out for revenge. I don't know who he was revenging against.
I thought I was asking you that day, revenging against who? Maybe for Man U?
I don't know. You know, but on that day, Baba was silent, and which is why I maintain, I don't still think, even in spite of all his exploits in Betis, he's still not quality.
Look, all those United players that went on loan and they had a new lease to life. If you notice, aside from maybe Anthony that did so well up until the final that he went off, even Jadon Sancho, I can hear that Chelsea, or I can see that Chelsea are trying to make him stay and they're not willing to pay United 5 million anymore to let him go. They want to have him back because he scored in that final. They're about to make another big mistake. Again. These guys, they were convinced that they don't need him or he has not done enough. And they wanted to return him. Now he scored in the final. They've changed their mind. Look at Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford with the whole, I'm in the new environment, Mr. Mood Swing. I'm in a new environment now. Things are getting better.
Collecting 350.
Just look at Aston Villa could not keep him. If you were that good, and it's the environment, why shouldn't Aston Villa fork out 40 million to keep you? Now, even Barcelona, who were prying around, Deco has come out to say that I prefer Luis Diaz. There's nobody in their right mind that would take a Rashford.
I don't even know why that Rashford is coming out in conversations of Barcelona. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Deco has already said he prefers Luis Diaz ahead of Marcus Rashford, footballing wise.
But then we know that the major problem is that Barca don't have the money.
I don't even know. Well,
to think of Luis Diaz. It's not even possible. Even in installment, they don't even have the money to think of. Look, they're going for free transfers, trying to see where they can cut corners.
Plus, they've also been renewing contracts.
Exactly.
What's his name? Fleek was renewed. Lamine was renewed.
Exactly.
I think there's one other player whose contract was renewed.
A few of them.
Rafinha,
a few of them. So, they're not in that particular space. But for me, Manchester United are in a very big... We'll get to transfer stories. We'll talk about what they are doing. But the point now is that, do you think, Anthony, what's going to happen? Is he going to go back? Would they send him back on loan? Would they sell him?
He's in a dilemma because he would love to stay at Betis or anywhere else.
Because when he was crying, he said that he was crying at the end of the final because he remembered that the season has just ended and he's going back to Man U.
You could see his fellow Man U returnee or Man U expelled student, that's Sancho, consoling him and all that. Because, of course, he's crying because he enjoyed life in Betis, in Seville, by the way. Things were going well, played without any pressure and all of that. Of course, they didn't win anything. But at the same time, Betis don't have the financial strength to sign someone like Anthony. His wage as well is also on the high side. Don't forget that too. And I really don't know how they want. You look at Betis getting the likes of Isco and Co. They'd like doing straight business, bargains. That's what they want. Free deals. Once they can go to Colombia or Paraguay and get a talent and bring back. But Anthony is a lot for them for now.
For now,
I don't think they can pay him. I don't think Manchester United are going to just, you know, let him terminate his contract just like that. He has to go back. Let's see. Besides, there's nothing wrong with going back. You have a new manager now in Ruben Amorim. What if? Just what if? You guys speak the same language, which is Portuguese. What if something changes? They've been playing their friendly in Malaysia or so, and they just won. I think they won 3-1 the last one, although they lost to Asen the last time out before the 3-1 victory. If he goes back to United for the friendlies, where he's evaluated and all that, what makes you think that he cannot stay? I know that there's Amad Diallo, but there's nothing wrong with having Amad Diallo and Anthony vie for the same position.
For the same position. All right. Emmanuel says here, says up Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea, they won, and congratulations to them. There's no
People
bonus.
don't have shame. Small team tournament is what you're happy for.
There was no bonus for them, by the way.
Yeah.
There was no bonus. They told Maresca, in fact, he had a bonus for qualifying for Champions League, but there was no bonus for winning Conference League. And I think that's good, man, because what is that?
I saw a video where Jose Mourinho was asked a question about the the Conference League final. He said, well, it's a small title, it's a competition where Chelsea should not be finding themselves, but they're here and they should be winning it.
Chelsea,
and
Chelsea fans, you see the kind of noise I'm making my head now.
He said they should be here and they find themselves here. They find themselves here and they should be winning it. And then he went ahead to say that, well, they'll also be the first team to win the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference.
Oh,
so
yes.
That's the only consolation prize.
Champions of everything.
Yes, winning this.
I don't know what you're making.
But besides, I don't think I want to brag about something like this because you cannot see a Real Madrid or
a Liverpool
or a Bayern
or a Barca.
No, Barcelona played the Europa League twice.
No,
now.
I mean Conference League at least.
I don't see it past them.
No. If Barca, cannot.
If they go bankrupt, they can find themselves there.
They have more level than that. Or Liverpool. You see Liverpool and see the Conference League.
Wait.
Or see Man City.
Or Pep Guardiola play in the Conference League.
You don't see Pep in Conference League.
You get knocked out early. You just knock me out.
You understand?
Knock me out.
You
but Chelsea
so,
don't have pride.
You know, just be there. You know, sometimes that and Principal Cup, there's no difference.
I saw a particular picture where there's a big man sitting in a primary school class.
In primary school class.
Come on.
This is not joke. Forget this thing band. If a club I support win conference, what's Conference League?
What's Conference League?
See, you have to play first tier.
And
Champions
League. This is where
Europa.
This is where the conversation comes in. I think we should talk about that. Where how UEFA should look into this on how they should restrict just small teams playing in the Conference League.
Yeah,
I understand.
Not the Agbayas. Let the Agbayas not come and be dragging with small children.
There's no how it will be competitive and interesting for people to watch if you don't find one or two big teams. But at the same time, it's also losing the essence. You created this to reward small teams.
Small teams,
but
exactly.
Big teams are dominating.
They are dominating. Let me just Buki is from Ikorodu. Buki says, good morning, Mike and Toyosi. Chelsea winning the Conference League was not about the money. We know. You have the money now. You have the money. You have quite a lot when it comes to that money, right? Okay. So now this is what she says here. She says that we were after the record. Now we have qualified for the Champions League and Europa League. Yes, we have written to UEFA. We want to play both. Buki, why us now? Why you? Why they why us?
Better stay one place.
They say they have the squad. They can play two competitions. It's not possible. You cannot play. But I like that. Nice one, Buki. Very nice one. And let's take a look at this one now. Okay. Oh, all right. This is asking for details. We'll send the details to you for our watch party. Like I said, once again, 002-081-5247 on WhatsApp. We'll send the details to you concerning our watch party. So let's move away from Chelsea. Kudos. Congratulations, Chelsea. And okay, the Champions League, like I mentioned, will be the second lap. Let's do Unity Cup. Do Unity Cup. Today is the finals of Unity Cup, right? Nigeria will be up against Jamaica. Now, Nigeria defeated Ghana 2-1. Yeah. We scored 2 early goals. And this match goes like 3 or 4 now. As the second half, those people came back and all of that. You know, but it's always a good one to have a victory about Ghana.
Yeah. Well, at least our jollof is better than theirs anyway. That one is standard. But it was a good game. I was happy to see Siri Desas also in that particular lineup, and he's also scored. I don't know how to judge this extensively. It does not give you the full picture to let you know that, the Super Eagles are ready, especially for the club, for the World Cup qualifier coming up. But yeah, it's good to evaluate newcomers, how they can get into the team, infuse themselves into the team, how you can see, oh, this particular player, his strengths, his weaknesses, how it can be useful for the Super Eagles going forward for much more important competitions and all of that. So there's nothing wrong with all of that. But at the same time, it's not enough to give an extensive evaluation on how the Super Eagles are right now.
Right now. Okay, just before we go into there, Jonad sent us a message. I'd like to read. It's very interesting. It says, you people were clamoring that Conference League is a principal league. Yeah, no doubt. What if Chelsea lost the competition? What would you people be saying to Chelsea right now?
I'll clap for you. That you did it intentionally.
He said, bad belly people there.
Don't worry.
See, Jonad, I don't know. Why will I give Babela to Chelsea for what? We're just saying that it's Agbaya inside small children. You cannot be old man and be dragging this to small children. That's just all. Now. That's just all. Now, Shady and the Champions League. And Champions League now, you will meet the Madrid and the Barcelona.
Don't mind them. They say they have the squad for it.
They have the squad, so no problem. It's now.
We'll find out.
This coming season now, that's when we'll know where that people have entered, where you want to enter. Yeah? So he say, well, bad belly. He says, he say, good morning. He says, bad belly that will bless you. That you should continue bad belly. That blessings will come to you.
I will continue to bad belly.
Yes, that they will bless you. That, your accounts, billions are entering.
Thank you.
This one is Gunners. Who's calling Gunners here? Are we playing? Or talking about people that want something this season? Gunners are coming.
You know, on the show, thank God, okay, the full crew, they are not around.
Yeah.
When next? Everybody will submit their trophy at the end of the season.
At the end of season?
Yes.
Yes. Emmanuel says, I wish Chelsea didn't win the cup. A Gunners fan.
Of course not, because Gunners fan will be thinking what's going on. Maybe it wasn't our cup.
It was. It's not our fault, but sometimes that's one thing I found about people. Even in the group where we are, when you bant and just want to have fun as friends, you can still bant and have respectful discussions.
Of course.
Bant is seasonal. Not like every time you see somebody want to bant, then there are times you have very good discussions.
You can banter with facts.
I told somebody, and I said it on this show, that Chelsea should have been fighting Liverpool for that title. Chelsea were that good. Yeah. Chelsea beating Everton.
At first they were.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They were decent.
And they started.
Yeah.
I said they beat Everton that match with one match in hand from Liverpool. They would have been top of the league. And they were worth it at that time.
And maybe, to some extent...
I am saying that they had... It was all...
I understand you, but at the same time, I think Maresca just also... This is not me going back on my word. I also felt he chickened out. It was a cowardly move.
Oh, yeah. No, in fact,
yes,
I said that his statement. He was a coward.
And all those statements you were airing openly, were not in the title race, this and that. To the extent that it resonated around the
players,
team, the full squad itself. Even the club started buying into that idea that we're not title contenders, we're not title challengers.
This must say, I beg me could let Chelsea breathe.
There's nothing stopping you. I remember when Leicester City started, the question that was asked for Ranieri's best answer was, we're taking every game as it comes. We are not anything, he never said, oh, we're not going to win the title. Neither did he ever say, we are here to win the title. He just said, we're taking it as it comes, every game. And also, he made mention of what is important, which is 40 points, which is qualifying or staying in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He never said, oh, we don't want that tag, or running away from it. He embraced it, but never gave out any promise that we're going to win the league. And just look at it's the confidence that a manager exudes.
That you bring it out.
Yes, that your team follows. If you're a cowardly manager, that's the same energy you will rub off on your squad.
That Chelsea team was good enough to win the title.
You cannot tell me you spent 1.something billion and you're not able to win something tangible other than the Conference League.
Very true.
At the end of the day, in as much as some Chelsea fans will tell you, let Maresca still stay. I'm sorry. If you want to win anything tangible, you have to sack Maresca.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, imagine someone like Conte. In fact, they just reminded me now. Let's not even talk about Arsenal. Arteta has been there for 6 years.
Conte had to work with at Napoli.
Look at it.
Look at what he had to work with Napoli. He brought in McTominay and co.
Osimhen left.
Kvaratskhelia left.
They came back, brought a coach. You know Conte. Conte is first season won with Chelsea.
Scott McTominay is MVP of the
Why can't Maresca
Italian
win?
Serie A.
He won with Chelsea. First, this thing, he went to Napoli. First season, he has won. Bring Conte to Chelsea and give him this squad.
They tell you they don't want Wuru to the answer. He's building something.
So
I don't know
for
who,
me,
who
man,
keeps
Maresca
selling,
was the one. I mean,
I don't know who keeps selling this
you know,
idea of you're always building. Maybe because Arsenal is doing that. Not every club is Arsenal. Not every club wants to be building and building and building and not win anything.
Charles Olawale says, hello guys, we are celebrating that we didn't end trophyless. It's not about the pedigree. By the way, that squad was under 26. Oh, I agree. Under 26 with 2 or 3 players above 100 million.
So?
No, yeah, under 26, you have 2 or 3 players above 100 million.
Football is for the young now.
How much is Enzo?
How many teams do you see
How
them?
much
They
is
have,
Caicedo? How
come
much?
on now.
Those are players over 100 million.
Football
Those are
is
not
for the
players.
young now.
You spend 100 million and you tell me that you are young. Oga, you old by far, so who age you? That's Daniel. That's Daniel from Ipaja. Okay, this is Adekunle Shola says, please, it's an insult for Real Madrid and Barcelona to play in Conference League competition.
Of course.
Yes, we agree with you. Danny says, where are the Man United fans? Please, where are Man United?
Man United are in Malaysia. They are playing friendly.
He said, "Oh, make us now go sleep." I beg. Oh, no, we enjoy the band, enjoy the man. Okay. This is from Charlie. Charlie says, we are always making these insignificant tournaments relevant. Carling Cup and the Conference League, we move, we create another, we win it. Chelsea.
That's fine. That's
okay.
fair.
We'll soon take a short break. Okay. Let me just. We'll take a very short break quite very soon, yeah. But when we come back, we're talking the Champions League and we're talking the transfer market because there's quite a lot.
Yeah,
See,
going on.
This season, yeah, they opened the window earlier.
Yeah, because of the Club World
Cup. They shut it down for 6 days and they do now reopen it. They just left it open at once now. But yeah, we'll talk about all of that when we come back after this time out. Stay with us. It's still the beautiful game. All right, welcome back. For me, that is the most recognizable anthem around the world. Forget whatever you want to say. This is a beautiful game. Welcome back. I'm Mike Mesikeno. Of course, Toyosi Adebanjo is here with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're talking the Champions League now, the final. It's going down today. It's going down by 8 p.m. once again. So we're going to be having a watch party, by the way. And just give us the details once again.
Yes, the watch party, the venue, Niger Pasta and Grills. And you know when you hear grills, pasta, come on. There's one that doesn't love pasta. Exactly. And the fact that we have an Italian team, you know, that they love pasta, definitely. So come have fun, drinks, banter, agenda time, connect with people, and just watch a good game of football.
Good game of football. Now let's get straight into it. Let's talk about the finals now. PSG against Inter Milan. What are your expectations for this match?
I'm expecting goals to flow, but unfortunately it might not happen. You know, it's a final. And the last 4 finals have given us very limited score lines, except for Real Madrid against Dortmund, 2-0. Other than that, it's been 1-0. Even the almighty City against Inter Milan, he ended 1-0, and that goal came in late in the second half from Rodri. We know the firepower that Paris Saint-Germain pack from their front three. Of course, this man here, Ousmane Dembele, who has been in the form of his life since 2025 came. Like we said, Happy New Year, and he has just been a new man, a changed person.
He has been.
Kvaratskhelia coming in transfer window too as well, the January transfer window, slotted in like he was not a new sign, like he has been here before. And then new talent from the academy or, you know, their young side, Desiree Doué, you know. And don't forget that there used to be Bakola, who was, you know, doing so well, and all of a sudden he was on the fringe and all that. That midfield three of Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and Neves, it's just been a team that Enrique has finally gotten what he wanted. Last season, he wasn't this way. And of course, they had Kylian Mbappe. And don't forget that when this season was ending and wasn't playing Mbappe so much, he was asked that question and he said, I want to train them, or I want them to play without Kylian Mbappe so they know how it feels. So they know how it feels like without playing without him. I want them to get used to playing without Kylian Mbappe. And he has found a rhythm. He has found an answer to not having a striker. They even sold on loan, what's his name, Colomwani on loan, and Goncalo Ramos was on the bench. And people are asking, what's going on? You need your strikers. But this man has made 3 wingers work to contribute goals, double-figure goals, double-figure assists. It's the front three is so fluid that you can barely mark one particular player. They are moving from left to right. They are working hard. They are willing to compromise for the next person. And that's something we could not see for the Real Madrid side, the front three, that they had issues. Because you can't have that much talent, and the number of goals being chalked out from those 3 were very disappointing. But you look at Paris Saint-Germain, the level at which they work hard for each other, the level at which they cover up for each other's weaknesses and all of that is something that Enrique has been clamoring for, pressing from the front. And that, don't forget that video that Luis Enrique and Kylian Mbappe were having, where he sat him down, was talking about how as a striker or as an attacker, you have to be able to defend. And that's something that's been able to instill for this front three and, of course, for the midfield. You lose the ball, don't go back.
Don't go back.
Charge them and press and see how you can get the ball
you've gone a lot about this thing. Let's go about Inter Milan. Inter Milan with their defensive steel, the best team defensively up until they met Barcelona. They considered all the goals they considered up until that time in a double header and all of that. So you made mention that we're looking at it's recent 4 or 5 finals. They've been low scoring affairs and all of that. Let's for those who might want to invest, how do you think today is going to go? Inter Milan versus PSG.
I think I'll just go with anybody win.
Wow.
Yeah, anybody win. I
have the feeling that there might be an extra time in this match.
It's possible, even penalties. Now for Inter Milan, they are a side where they score goals, but not so much.
Not so much.
They are a side where when they score goals, they are willing to also sit back and observe what the opponent is about to do, and then they keep their shape.
Okay.
They are a side where I enjoy them a lot. I love their game. They're also a side where they can adapt to any tactics. They are not a side where it's just defense alone. If you want to bring the defensive game, of course, A game, we're here for you. It's Serie A, for crying out loud, where you have Acerbi, Bastoni, and De Vrij. And then if you're bringing, where, I don't know about tiki-taka, but expressive football, they know how to do that. Don't forget that there's a Mkhitaryan in midfield. There's a Çalhanoğlu who can play as a wing-back, or even as a full-back, or even as a quarterback. You know, that particular game against Bayern, that particular game against Bayern gave me the idea and made me see something a lot of people did not see for Inter Milan. You look at how expressive Mkhitaryan, and even experience-wise for Mkhitaryan and Çalhanoğlu, they've been playing this football and they've been dominating that midfield for so long for Inter Milan. And yet, they are doing so well, chalking up the numbers. Barella too, the workaholic, up and down. Dumfries, the wing back too, that can score goals and can also give you those assists. Thuram and Lautaro Martinez partnership too as well.
It's working quite well.
It's just a place where I don't know how Simeone is going to
put them.
Not just even put them. How he's going to approach this game. Would I go on the gung-ho, or I'm just going to sit back and see what Paris Saint-Germain will do first, so that I can respond?
All right. Okay. We'll talk about that. Like we mentioned, we're going to have a watch party, so you just come and turn up and be part of that particular watch party. Now let's head up to something quite interesting here that you might love, and that would be transfer stories. I know a number of people have been asking what is happening there. So let's head up to transfer stories and talk about some transfer stories. Now, just before that, I will take some comments here. Let's just rush through the comments and then we head to transfer stories that we're talking about here. Good morning. I am Uloma. I'm a Barcelona fan and I would love PSG to win, only because of Luis Enrique, the coach, and Mbappe watching his former club win the cup without him.
See, Inter Milan, that's the agenda I was talking about.
Inter Milan don't deserve happiness after what they did to my team.
You're still paying, Loma.
Yeah, but let me not lie. I don't like Dembele, but rather let him win than Dumfries.
Okay.
Oh, I love this. I love this. A heartfelt take.
Dumfries, he dunked on them.
Dunked on them. Okay, how can I get a pass to the party? I'll send you the address. Just come. It's free. It's open to be a part of it. I'll send it after the show. PSG's, hello guys. Just wanted to mention that Barcelona have never qualified for UEFA Europa playthrough, but never through qualifying as opined. They dropped down now.
You shall play for Europa. Abi, no play.
Yeah, you still drop now. This is Yomi. Yomi says PSG is going to win. We are going to have a new champion. Okay. All right. That's going to be quite interesting. This is winning Conference League is something. Some teams like Manchester United, Man City and Gunners are trophyless this season. John from Ijaye.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. This is Kakashi Sensei from Kakashi Sensei. He says from Ikorodu. All right. A fan of Chelsea though, and the victory wasn't a surprise anyways. Trust me, if Man United was in that competition, it would have been knocked out. Man United go to the finals of Europa League. It's a bigger competition. No, I won't take that.
Betis will have knocked them out too.
I won't take it. I won't take it.
I think Betis will have done that.
But they go to the finals of a bigger competition.
And were they not knocked out?
But I won't take it that a smaller competition. No, because did you expect them? They didn't lose anything up until the final in the Europa League. They're the best team in Europe. So it's like they prioritize that. So I won't take no. We are not sure. They are senior competition. And he says, anyways, where's the location? And 100% fashion sense to Toyosi. She looks good.
Thank you.
Vouching for Inter to win tonight.
I like that.
We'll give you the address. It's somewhere here on the island, 1004. I'll go back and send the address to almost everybody that has. Bookie again. Bookie says, you are both just beefing Chelsea.
Don't worry.
You can't compare EPL competitive nature to Spain. France leagues who have just about 2 major clubs winning their leagues. Imagine Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, and Newcastle contesting for the Champions League. Of course, one of them is supposedly
contesting.
Top team will fail.
They will just participate. They can't contest.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. This is Arsenal forever. Share that club that every talk belongs to in Nigeria. I can't read what you wrote after. You want me to read this? You can't be putting this kind of team. How can you call Chelsea fans talks? If they hold you now, you're Arsenal.
You just see the noise pollution all day.
They're not talks. They're not talks.
Okay.
Dems from Ikorodu says, happy to see you guys. I'm glad we won. The last 2 matches shows how determined we can be. I wish us the best in FIFA Club World Cup. Oh, that's true.
Yes,
we'll talk about FIFA Club World Cup in the coming weeks. We'll have enough time for that because there will be no league competition for us to go all about. Jonathan says, see his mouth. Jonathan, you cry, you. Just turn off your TV. Jonathan. Okay, let's get to transfer stories, and that's how we're going to wrap up the show. Let's start with Liverpool. This is confirmed just yesterday. Jeremy Frimpong has been unveiled as a new Liverpool player. Just the same day, Liverpool announced that they are going to get 10 million for Trent Alexander-Arnold. We'll get to Trent, but let's talk about Jeremy Frimpong. Do you think he's a reliable replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold?
They are like for like.
Like for like.
They don't like defending, always marauding forward. So,
but can he defend? Yes, he doesn't like it, but is he better defending than Trent?
Well, I think I'll even take Trent defending than Frimpong. I barely see Frimpong defend, and also the setup from Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen at that time was 3 at the back, allowing Frimpong play as a wing back, relieving him of any too much defensive duties. So I think it would be interesting to see how Slot will set him up. Where, of course, they cannot change their style to 3-4-3 just to accommodate him. He will just have to adapt to that back four. And I don't know. He might struggle and might just slot in well. Okay, so who knows?
Right. Let's move on to the next one. Still on the transfer stories, and of course, there is this transfer that Arsenal is set to get Benjamin Sesko.
One of the most unserious transfer I've ever heard.
What do you think, Arsenal Benjamin Sesko? People are talking about Victor Gyökeres. There's supposed to be Victor Osimhen. They didn't go for any of those ones.
Arsenal fans will not like
Benjamin
me right
Sesko.
now. But I'm about to let them know and tell them the truth. Anyway, I'm here to not say the things you like. I'm here to tell you the truth. I was looking at his record, aside from Salzburg, doing okay, letting you know his name, and the whole of Europe were interested. Then RB Leipzig got him. Since then, 14 league goals. Last season, 13 league goals. He's not a striker that will guarantee you 20 goals. He's not reliable. The way he plays, his style of football, I don't want to use the word irritate, but I don't fancy it. He's not convincing on the ball. So the way he strikes the ball too as well, I struggle to see how you want to depend on this guy to bring you or deliver trophies for you.
Why didn't you go for Osimhen?
Now let's go back.
I won't pick this guy.
Let's leave other options Now I'll go back to this is down to coaching problem. Don't forget that there was a time there was enough money for Arsenal to sign a striker. Guess who they went for? Kai Havertz, 65 million. 65 there's a pattern here, and it's Mikel Arteta. And I think Mikel Arteta has a complex issue where he doesn't want a team or players that they have enough star power than the coach, and he's always wanting to be the star of the squad. We know you're the coach. You should know your place.
I want to say that for me, he has expended his usefulness to Arsenal.
He always wants to have players that are grounded, where you are always on top of them. You can easily. Gyökeres in 2 seasons has scored 100 goals.
Yeah, over.
He had more goals than appearances this season. What more do you need to be convinced? This guy is so overpriced, and you have a Gyökeres who is cheap, and yet you're not going for him, but you're going for
I would even pick a
project that you need. See, this guy is a project that needs nurturing. You need to nurture him. You need to boost his confidence that yes, you are in Arsenal. You can do it. You can play well.
A Gunners fan, Emmanuel says, "I beg, leave Sesko alone." Really? People,
they're not ready. I think Arteta just always want to have excuse every end of the season that, oh, because of this guy didn't do well, that one didn't do well.
Your passion will be long. That's talking about Arsenal fans. Okay, all right. Let's move on, and let's move to Chelsea. Of course, it's now confirmed that Chelsea are on their way. It's just about a 35 million release
Yeah.
clause. And Chelsea, they look set to capture Liam Delap from Ipswich Town.
This is another sign that I raised my eyebrow. I'm like, really?
But I prefer this guy over Isescu.
Really?
I mean, if he was with an Ipswich and at least entered double figures with goals
Well,
for a relegated team.
True.
One,
True.
his Premier League, he won't need to adapt.
Yeah, it's
so
very
much.
proven.
He might need to maybe adapt to a bigger
team.
But
yeah.
he's a Premier League proven.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Very fast. We don't have
I
time.
raised my
Let's-
eyebrow, but at the same time, I see how it made sense too for Chelsea. He's young. Who knows? The whole team is young too. He can slot in immediately. I don't know about scoring goals or banging those goals immediately and playing at the high level where Chelsea have found themselves in now. Because let's leave this season alone. This season maybe was for practical and everything.
But next
season
you
is
have to
business. You
contend.
have no business complaining or making
of
excuses.
What, excuses.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Liam Delap to Chelsea, of course, that is one that is there. But this is the very big one.
Yeah.
Liverpool are going to break their transfer record to get this guy. 130 million has been quoted. They've made their first offer over 100 million. But Florian Wirtz has chosen to go to Liverpool. He said he's not going to Bayern, he's not going to Manchester City. He wants to go to Liverpool. Do you think this will take Liverpool to the next level? Can they retain their title with such
I don't know
a player?
about next level. They are doing okay for now already. It's a good signing. I remember talking about how Liverpool have failed to replace Coutinho for a while, but that was down to Jurgen Klopp.
Okay.
You can
Wanna
replace
change the style.
Yes, you can change a player through tactics, through structure, through anything. And you can also go through like-for-like
Would
player.
he bench Szoboszlai? Would he start above
Definitely.
Szoboszlai?
Who
Would
the
he
hell
play
is
as a false
Szoboszlai?
nine?
He can play as a false nine, can play as an attacking midfielder. They need midfielders that can also chip in goals. The burden on Mohamed Salah needs to be
Needs to
relieved.
reduce. And this kind of
if
person
you
will take it
notice,
off.
the second half of the season, that showed.
He dropped off.
Because Mohamed Salah was already gassed out. So
He
they
dropped
need
off.
somebody
He
that
dropped
can
off.
also chip in those important goals when they need
How
it.
will you rate the signing? A, B, or C?
I think I'll rate it an A, but I'll only rate it an A the moment you start delivering.
Start delivering. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, so
But on
that's it.
paper, it
Florian.
already looks like a good
All
one.
right, Florian Wirtz, of course, to Liverpool. That's quite a big one. Now there's talk about Rafael Leao. Bayern Munich, AC Milan put up a 130 million euro price.
You know the funny
Rafael Leao to
thing,
Bayern
there's a
Munich.
name they
Very
used to call
fast.
this guy. They call him the Mayokun of football.
Very inconsistent.
Very inconsistent.
See,
Like,
130 million is too much.
it's
just
too
not how
much. Overrated. So overrated.
I
Yeah.
won't give more than 50
I'm
million. Okay,
telling
this
you.
is already confirmed.
Yeah.
Trent, of course, has already been announced. Real
Yeah.
Madrid is going. They're paying 10 million so that he comes a month earlier so that he can play in the
and
Club
the
World
10
Cup.
million to also, apart from coming earlier, it's just to also continue to grease that good relationship between themselves and Liverpool. How much is
Alright.
10 million?
10
now?
million. How much is 10
So that
million?
they stop crying that he's leaving for
It's
free.
been for free. Have you- Liverpool fans.
Because
there's
the
now
Carragher
something.
will not let us hear word.
Exactly. There's now something that he's going. Al Hilal have made quite a big offer. Do you think he will leave?
For somebody who talks big about wanting to win trophies, make impact, I don't think he will. He
Okay,
loves United
all right.
too much to
Too
do
much
that.
to want
yeah.
to leave. All right, and he's the one there. So I don't think this is just them making the offer. We don't think he's going to go. Well, that's it for
Yeah.
our transfer stories today, and that is it for also the show. So Toys, it's been a pleasure. Thank
Yeah,
you
it
so very
has,
much.
it has, it
All right.
has.
So once again, let's give them the address and let them know how they can be a part of the watch party today.
Okay, the place, just put it on your Google map.
Okay.
Niger Pasta and Grills, 1004 Estates in VI, opposite Cluster A. Just don't worry, you'll get it easily. Opposite Cluster A, Niger Pasta and Grills. Come have fun. There are no tickets. Just come enjoy a game of football. Of course, you're buying your drinks, you're buying everything you're eating. So just come have fun, banter, connect with
Exactly.
people, meet Mike, meet
Yeah.
myself, and just
Exactly.
enjoy.
Exactly. Sam and Toyosi went for the Super Falcons game. That's
Yeah.
why he's not here. T-Boy and Sam had some things to do. That's why they're not
And
here.
also, there are freebies, free jerseys,
Yes,
giveaway,
yes.
free merch.
We're giving out free
We'll be giving
jerseys.
quiz, games, everything will be
It's going
happening.
to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. If you have any issue, 0802 0815247. Just send a WhatsApp message and I'll get back to all of you. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you.
Yes, it
KOC.
has.
A big shout out to my director and to everybody who has been a part of this show. Thank you. My DOP here is his hand. Except for Igwe, that on Chelsea fan. You should go and collect his own.
I'm telling
you.
you.
Collect his own thank you from Maresca. And all of that. Jumo, everybody was a part of the show too. My whole crew. Thank you very much.
All season long.
Huh?
I said all season long.
All season long, eh? All right. Ralph say I should call it. Okay, Ralph. Ralph, my guy. Big shout out to you also. Thank you. We will see you again next week. Bye-bye.